I'm being harassed and this and that. That's all well to do and everything, but there's some shit that happened yesterday. There's been a dump issue in Gabbs, and this county worker, he's got the keys to a private dump here in Gabbs, and he dangled them in front of my face yesterday, claiming like he's got the power and the control of this dump that it's official oppression. I turned in a complaint, and then today I was down talking to one of your deputies that is out here in Gabbs, either right now or just was out here in Gabbs, and we were having a good conversation. And as far as I'm concerned, we're still having a good conversation. But at the same time, a guy came out of his house and started asking me questions, to which I said I don't answer questions. And it's about a piece of property parked on a public easement, of which we have the right of way. And the thing about it was, I was having a conversation with the deputy. I didn't want to feel like answering some questions to this guy that just barely moved into town. I have no idea what his intentions are, and I'm not going to sit there and answer questions of which I don't know the true nature and cause. So the thing about it is that he tried to tell me something, and then he tried to go walk away, and I said, no, motherfucker, you don't fucking touch that car. Because what happened was he started asking about a car on an easement, and then he started asking if it was mine, which it isn't mine, but it is mine in many ways, shapes, or forms than one. But I just want, it isn't my car. It's a family member's car. And the thing about it is that it has the right to sit where it's sitting. Okay? Now the thing about it is that Mr. Lynn, the thing about it is me and the deputy are having a cordial conversation, and when this guy comes up to ask me questions about it, when I don't want to answer questions, the deputy starts answering questions for the guy. Proceeds to tell the guy that he can have the car removed, of which he cannot have the car removed. The deputy I was having a cordial conversation with, right in front of my eyes, set this man up for liability in the matter. And I said something about the deputy setting the guy up for liability in the matter, and then the deputy wants to disagree. And I got him on videotape telling the guy that, yeah, you can have it removed, or have a tow truck company come and remove it.
So the only way a civilian can have a vehicle removed by a tow is if that vehicle is parked on their property.
County public easement is not their property. County easement is not their property.
I'm explaining to you situation.
Yes, sir. I know. This is what the deputy tried to explain too, sir. And the mere fact that I wasn't sitting there and buying it and listening, the deputy got irate with me because I was being loud, and he was trying to tell me what I could be and what I couldn't be, which is a very big fucking no-no. And I'm just the mere fact that I wasn't going to sit there and listen to all this garbage and hogwash, and then the deputy sat there and acted like he was going to have a problem with me, and then acted like he was just going to drive away without sitting there and listening to my grievance. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to like my grievance. He doesn't have to dislike my grievance, but he does have to listen to my grievance. He was here. He was the custodial of the grievance. And I was expecting him to be an upstanding officer, of which he was not. And then it seems like everybody wants to try to paint a picture of me being a dickhead or an asshole or a bad guy or some stupid shit like that. When I'm the one that's fucking standing on the law, and he's sitting here trying to get this guy into full-on liability, citing some legalities over it.
Okay, so that's kind of our job, is we have to kind of find answers to questions that people ask. And
yes, sir, but we're not living in a legal system. We're living in a nation of laws. We are not living in a legal system. We are living in a nation of laws. Marbury versus Madison teaches us that there is a difference between law and legal. While slavery was legal, it had never been lawful. So here the deputy is telling this guy to take some legal route that can wind his ass up in a lawsuit of law.
Okay,
you know?
but real quick, let's listen to me real quick, okay?
And then the deputy called, but hold on, Mr. Lynn. The deputy called me the fucking asshole for getting irate about this when the deputy's the one that breached my fucking peace. Telling this other guy that he could remove my property without even fucking going about the procedures. You see what I'm saying? Now this is a civil issue that me and that guy could have had a talk about, but they didn't like the way I was talking when all I was doing was talking. Now the dude is totally left the conversation and is under the impression that some deputy has told him that he could remove somebody's property off of a public easement where it has every right to be. The public is for the people, by the people, and if it wasn't for public tax dollars, there wouldn't be a state or a county in this land that had anything. Now, the thing about it is I have the right to move my property on public. I have the right to use my property in public. Nobody can sit there and tell me what I can and can't do if I am not committing a crime in public, in the commencement. Okay? Possibly may have committed a crime in the past is a relevant argument for something that has to do with a courtroom. But if I'm in the commencement of a crime, I would expect anybody to stop me. But if nobody is in a commencement of a crime, there is no authority that any state agency has over anybody else. You guys are not our daddies. You guys do not tell us how to use our cars. It is not in the scope of your authority. I know this to be true. I still like the deputy that was out here. I don't have a problem with that deputy that was out here that said that stuff, but I would like to redress that, what he said. And I would like to make it known that I do not agree with anybody, any removal of anybody's property. You know, that car looks like an $800 car down there. But if I was going to sell it, the sentimental value on that car is $8,000. But if somebody steals that car, whether it be an agent or anybody claiming any authority to steal, that car is worth $85,000. And I want that known. That will be in writing. That is in writing. That is published on the internet. That's published. I published that.
So, listen. Are you wanting to file some sort of formal paperwork or complaint, or are you just wanting me to know this?
Sir, I've been getting harassed. My family members have been getting harassed. My little sister had been raped by the county, by the 2 county officials, and sent home green. And what the county did is wash her underwear for it. But you know what? Whether that's here nor there, you know, I have every single bit of paperwork that the county has tried to attempt to fucking maliciously prosecute against my person. I have as evidence, and I have a lot of witnesses that can attest to the fact that, yes, I have been through arbitrary litigation with the county on numerous occasions, and all, sir, I have asked in the past, and all I'm asking now is to be left alone. I do not need county actors out here trying to attempt to tell me what I can and can't do when what I'm doing is a lawful act.
If you would let me talk for a few minutes instead of just keep on rambling and interrupting me, I could probably help you with that, but you don't let me talk.
Sir, I don't want to hear any buts and everything. I understand what you're saying and what you're coming from, and that other deputy, the other deputy was saying something of the same thing, but at the same, yeah. Yes, sir.
If you don't want to listen to what I have to say, go ahead and hang up. Okay?
No, I do want to listen to what you have to say. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Okay, then.
I'm giving you trust here, okay?
And let me talk.
I'm giving you my trust.
Stop talking.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, stop talking. Let me talk. So, we have no problem leaving you alone so long as we have no reason in our policies or whatever laws we have to follow to come see you. I have no reason to come up there to your house and knock on your door if you're not doing anything wrong.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I don't know what the conversation was between you and the officer up there in Gabbs, because
I'm not
there.
It was a good one, sir.
Maybe
it just
that's fine.
Okay.
But if you say it's good, it's not harassment, okay? If somebody else asks him a question about something, it's our job to inform that person of what the laws and legalities are, whether you agree with them or not.
Yes, sir. I'm not claiming harassment.
I'm talking.
Oh my God.
Okay? He's gonna finish that conversation with that individual, and that's what we have to do. We have to subvert our attention in many different directions at many different times. And I understand that you may not agree with the laws of the state of Nevada or the county.
The law doesn't agree with what the deputy said. The law doesn't.
Okay, and that's what we have to follow. And that's what the court system's for. And if the court system doesn't work for you, then you're going to have to seek another alternative above that.
Mr. Lynn?
I have no control over the court system.
Mr. Lynn, have you heard of 5 CFR 2635.101, basic obligations of the public service?
No, but I'll look it up.
No. Hold on. So you say no, which is cool. Not a bad thing, but this is a diligent thing, sir. And I would like to... I'm sitting in front of a computer at this time, and I know that you have a computer within your vicinity at the same time, and we both know that about Google. And 5 CFR 2635.101, sir, basic obligations of public service. Okay, these are obligations of the executive branch, which the state agency falls under the executive branch. Even though the state agency has judicial, legislative, and executive powers within their agency, the entire state agency falls under an executive branch, which is a higher form of federal government over that of the state. Now, the thing about this is that the federal ethics, the executive branch ethics code, which is 5 CFR 2635.101, basic obligations of public service. Number A says public service is a public trust. Each employee has a responsibility to the United States government and its citizens to place loyalty to the Constitution, laws, and ethical principles above private gain. Now, the agency known as the state of Nevada and anyone that falls under them, as far as their deputies, their troopers, their judges, even though a judge in a state is a state judiciary, that state judiciary is still under the executive branch. They are to execute laws, not make them. Now, the thing about this is that we have actors running around our state claiming that they are to uphold the state laws above that of the Constitution. And I beg to differ highly. And I'm here to tell you guys, and I'm here to show you guys exactly where that is wrong on your guys' part.
You can differ all you want, but that's...
No, it's not about differing. It's not my belief, sir. Mr. Lynn. Mr. Lynn, it's not my beliefs. This is the law, sir. It's the law.
I'm not going to sit here and argue with you.
It's the law. This isn't an argument. This is not an argument, Mr. Lynn. Mr. Lynn, this is not an argument. You are the public official. You are to uphold the trust. And right now you are breaking the trust.
I'm trying, but you keep talking about the federal government and this and that and having control over the state and this and that. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It has everything. I beg to differ, and I hope...
And you bring this up.
Sir, you can Google local government. Look at, I'll Google it for you, sir. Is local government...
Then I have my stuff. If you don't like how the state does their job, you need to take that up with the state.
For one, sir, the state... what you do is not a job, sir. What you do is a service to a trust. This is made by the government, sir, not by you, not by me. This isn't my argument, sir. This is not your argument. This is obligations that you are to uphold. You are to uphold these obligations, sir.
Okay, I'm done with this phone call. Okay? When you want to call back and...
I love how you're the public service, but you're the one that's trying to tell me what you're done with and what you're done with. That's why we don't have trust. That's why these things are happening, because you believe that you're in a position of higher authority than me.
Okay.
Okay is all that you have to say about that?
We could sit here and do this for 3 days and it wouldn't make a difference.
Because you don't believe it, huh?
You have your opinion.
You think it's just my opinion.
And I have my opinion and what the law says.
You just said that you think that it's my opinion. You failed to look up 5 CFR 2635 when I brought it to your attention.
You have your opinion of what the law is, and how it's defined. As
It's
well
not
as
my
I do.
opinion, sir. I
No,
beg to
no,
differ. I beg you to be diligent and listen to me when I'm saying this. This is not my opinion.